Welcome to the SmileLine podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to give real information from doctors and patients about our SmileLine prosthetic and the sequence of appointments. For more information, check out our website or give our office a call. Hope you enjoy today's episode. Hey guys, welcome back to the SmileLine podcast. I am here with Melinda. Melinda, how are you doing today?
Good.
Awesome. Melinda has been a patient of ours for a long time, and she actually started as an upper denture, lower partial, and now we have her in an upper and lower SmileLine. Mm-hmm. And we're on the podcast today, and we're going to talk about her experience. So, Melinda, a little backstory. Where are you from?
Jeff City.
Jeff City. Have you lived there your whole life?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you enjoy living in Jeff City? I used to live there.
It's okay. I'd rather be out this area of town.
Yeah. Similar to me. I lived there, first starter home, kind of back behind Daisy Delight. Is that?
Yep.
Do you know if they're still open?
Nope.
They're closed? Yeah. Well, that was a nice part of town, but moved back here. So, and then in your case, we had seen you for a long time because I actually seen records, and we had seen you when you still had your upper natural teeth and lower natural teeth.
Yes.
And then you went to a denture, is that right, on the upper?
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately. Explain that to me. How was that denture experience?
That was not good.
Yeah?
They would hurt, and then I'd have to take them out after so long wearing them.
Yeah. That was one thing you marked on your intake form whenever you came in. You said 10 out of 10 pain when you chewed with your denture.
Yes.
Was that just from denture sores and stuff, or just mouth getting
sore from them, and they're not fitting right.
Yeah. So you went to upper denture, lower partial, and then we seen you for a consultation, right?
Yes.
How was that experience?
It was awesome. I loved it. Best thing I ever done.
Awesome. Yeah. So, thank you for saying that. That really means a lot. And you've been in your finals now for about a year and a half, right?
Yes.
Gotcha. Let's try to rewind the clock. How nervous were you for surgery?
I was nervous.
Yeah.
Yes, I was. It was a long day, but it was well worth it.
Yeah. How was that surgery process? You said long day. It is a long day.
Yes, it is. I was in no pain through the whole surgery. I did just fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I always tell patients in consultations, like, hey, it's one long day. Mm-hmm. You know, we're gonna numb you and sedate you the best we can, but it's one day. You got to come in mentally prepared, like, hey, I'm getting through it, mm-hmm. and then I'm gonna have brand new teeth.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. How was your swelling or pain after surgery?
I didn't really have much swelling at all, mm-hmm. and pain I didn't have really none at all either. Okay, great. Do you remember how many temporaries you went through of us finding the exact tooth location? I would say 2.
2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty standard. I would say most people it's 2 to 3. So it's getting more and more closer to 1, I think, because our records are getting more and more accurate. Mm-hmm. But it's getting closer to 1 than 4.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So then you went through the temporary stage, and then we delivered your finals. How was your diet? I get a lot of questions about, hey, what can I eat? What can this? How was your diet in that temporary phase and the final stage after we delivered it?
I just put in my mindset I was going to eat soft stuff starting out, mm-hmm. and then I went gradually to a little harder stuff. Yeah. And then whenever they started not hurting and everything, then I went for the steak.
I bet that was a nice day.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yep. So how has it been, and I know it's going to be, you're going to have to think back again, kind of compare now to whenever you were in that upper denture, lower partial. Just kind of compare the two for me, because we have a lot of patients that try partials, that try their removable dentures, and it's natural. Hey, let's see if this works for me. Can you try to compare the two?
The old ones, the very beginning ones, they were okay.
Yeah.
But they weren't like these are. There's a total difference of before and after.
Gotcha.
Big time.
What kind of difference is it? Is it from like a functionality standpoint or a comfort or?
Oh yeah, this is very comforting. And before, I would never want to smile. I would never want to show my teeth at all.
Yeah.
And now, since I had this done, I just love to show my teeth
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. I could tell when, especially I asked, not a whole lot of pre-planning going on here. I asked Melinda on Monday when she was in the office. I seen her coming in. I was like, "Hey, Melinda, you want to come up for a podcast today?" And she's like, "Yeah, yes, I do." And then after you said yes, you're like, "Well, what's it going to be like?" You're like,
Exactly.
It was like, I'm proud of my teeth. I'll show them off. And then you're like, "What am I getting myself into?"
That is correct. I was wondering.
I could tell, but I do appreciate you coming on. So, what would be your advice for patients? And again, like you're just a great patient because, I mean, unfortunately, you went through it all. Like you had failing natural teeth, and then you went to upper denture, lower partial, and then we went to the fixated prosthetic. What would be your advice for any patients, maybe kind of being back where you were when your natural teeth are just kind of starting to break down?
I would say this is the best thing. Go in and get a consultation, and they can show you like before and after, and that's what I would do because that's kind of what y'all did with me, and I just loved it.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear, and that's why we do it. And the reality is we see so many patients, and I'd say it's about half and half, the people that convert from a removable prosthetic or the people that just go ahead and go straight for the fixated prosthetic. And those people that started with a denture or partial and stuff, they're always some of our favorite cases because they kind of know how bad it can be, right? Like,
Oh yes.
when you have your natural teeth, you just struggle to know how bad it is. But then whenever you put something that's removable and moves in your mouth and gags you and blocks your tasting your food and all these things and getting food to suck underneath of it, and then you kind of go to something better, it's like, whoo, it's a lot better.
Well, I was telling my brother one time we went to eat, and I was telling him, and he goes, "You look like you're in pain." I said, "It's my teeth, my dentures."
Yeah.
And once we got in the car and was going home, and I took those suckers out into a napkin, and there's blood coming down from my gums.
Oh, gosh.
That's how bad they were.
Yeah, those were rubbing you raw. Yeah, that's no fun to be in.
Exactly. In fact, I've been talking to my future daughter-in-law, and she's thinking about coming down
Oh, yeah.
to y'all.
Awesome.
'Cause she's wanting to try to save her teeth and stuff. And they're getting married this October.
Oh, yep.
So-
We see a lot of patients that are it's usually an event like, hey, I got a wedding coming up or something. The wedding's the most popular one. We're like, hey, I need something done by then because like I'm ready to have a different look. But we appreciate the word of mouth referrals. They've been growing more and more. And we just really appreciate that when patients are, so satisfied and proud of their teeth, they're willing to tell their usually closest relatives, like, hey, you guys need to go check it out.
I showed them the before and after of my teeth, and they just can't believe it.
Really? Oh, I sent them to you on Monday.
Yes,
You got
yes,
them?
yes.
Okay, good.
And I thought, oh my goodness, look at me now.
Look at you now is right.
I love them. It's like that's the best thing I could have done.
Yes. I went back and looked at your before and afters too, and I was like, oh wow. Like, I mean, it's. Yep. I mean, you have a very beautiful smile now.
Yes.
But like the transition was just great, and I smiled looking at it. I was like man, like you could see, and now you're here smiling and showing them off. Yeah.
Oh yes, it's like I said, that was the longest time I've been waiting in my life to get this done, and I finally got it done.
That's awesome. So, what would you? Do you wish you would have, you never know, of course, what the future holds. Do you wish you would have just went straight to the fixated prosthetic from your natural teeth, or do you think it was, good to try the denture and try partials?
It was good for me to try a denture and a partial. It was
Mm-hmm.
good for that. But after trying that and seeing that didn't work, that
Yeah.
was not for me. I didn't like it.
Yep. And that happens a lot. There are some times where people try it and they're like, oh, I can make do. But anytime anybody's unsure, I'm always just like, hey, just try it. You can always upgrade. It might not be the most efficient way to get there, but at least you'll know, like, hey, I tried it. Didn't work for me. Now I'm ready to really, look at the fix.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as we finish up here, any parting advice for any patients out there that are listening to this podcast?
I would say you need to come down and let them work on you because they'll make you look just like this.
Oh, well, thank you, Melinda. I really appreciate you coming on the podcast today. And if you guys do have any further questions, you can always give us a call at the office. We got our contact information below. And we'll see you on the next podcast, guys.